All right. So we talking about greed. All right. One of the things, one of the things that you will deal with for the rest of your trading career. I believe there's something that um, you face it early on, right? And unless you master it, then it always can come back in and basically take everything away. Well, greed at any given point, all right, greed can come in and take away any given thing, right? In the world of what I want to, or the context that I want to speak about it in is in the world of trading, right? Because we're in a, how do you, how do you control this emotion and this thing, this urge to accumulate more when you're in a market? When, matter of fact, you're in the largest financial market. This is all the money in the world. You're in the largest financial market in the world. And as long as you have the capital, you can know on how much you can actually make, right? How much profit you can actually gain. There's no cap on it. So how do you control it? Right? How do you master this thing? How do you say enough is enough? How do you is weird, right? It's almost like a contradiction. Right? And I don't know about you guys, and this, it was a big mindset shift for me because I grew up, all right, I grew up, people tell me, yo, you don't want to be content. You want to keep working. You always want more. You should keep on going, right? If you get to this level, you want to go to the next level. You want to be the top dog. Like, you want to be number one. You want to be like, I grew up in that type of environment. I grew up really competitive. All right. So how do you control that emotion in a market that you can make unlimited amounts of income? You're not competing with anyone, right? And you have you can come to this market anytime, like it's always here. Like it's always here. All right. So how do you basically suppress this emotion, this thing, greed? Um, Me being transparent with you guys, I'm learning this. The reason that I wanted to talk about this tonight, because this is the season that I'm currently in with trading. Right. One of the things with trading, I'll tell you guys my experience. I like to say, hey, I'm a pretty smart guy. I like to read, I like to write, I like to learn. And when it came to trading, for most people on this call, you understand for the most part quickly that trading, you're buying and selling. You knew, hey, it was investing. This is a way to produce income. That's why you guys are here. All right. So when it comes to this thing, greed, right? I understood, hey, you can buy, you can sell, but I didn't understand, yo, when you make your money, take your money out. Right? When you hit a TP, you don't have to trade all day. Right? Just because you can doesn't mean you have to. Right? I got into this skill set and I was like, man, a lot of us are introduced to it wrong. That's why we're here. We want to change the way people are introduced to trading. But I was introduced to it wrong, to where, hey, you can come in this market, you can make a quick bag, right? Let's call it for what it is. You can make a quick bag. You can just flip money. Like the way it was presented to us, like you just never lose. You just never lose. All right. So how do you even overcome greed when you were introduced, to this skill set, to this tool, all right, in a greedy way? All right. And now looking back on it, just sound greedy. And you can make money whenever. Don't matter how much money you got, you can just copy and paste, just take these signals. That's it. You're gonna make money, guaranteed. when it was introduced to us like that, it's nothing but greed. You come into trading. This is me personally. You come into trading for the first 4 or 5 months in trading. You're just trying to hit a home run. You are trying to be. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm trying to be extremely greedy. I'm risking it every time. I'm putting it all on the line. Right. But what I started to understand and what I'm learning now, right, is that because greed is always gonna be there, that is never this thing in trading is never gonna go away. This thing in trading, I'm like, this is the thing. I don't know if you guys ever like went on YouTube and like looked at these bad stories about people like investors that were really, really rich. And then like in 1 year, they like lost it all, or they like one trade, they lost it all. Greed. Right. This is the thing that can come in after you done made it, after you become the 6-figure trader, after you get the funded account, after you have the 6-figure withdrawal, after you've been a multi-millionaire, after you're a billionaire. Like this, if greed comes in, it can wipe out everything. That's how serious greed is, right? And if you, my thing with this is that a lot of people don't talk about this, right? Because we don't like to acknowledge that we greedy, right? When the getting is good, we like to get, all right? But when it comes to this thing investing, what we have to learn how to do, and what I'm currently learning how to do, which is why I want to make this an open discussion, is that I am constantly learning how to put my flesh and my selfish desires. I'm learning how to suppress them. I'm learning how to overcome that temptation. Right? I'm learning to be more disciplined. Right? I'm learning to be more have more self-control. Because what I'm really learning, and this is where I want to open it up as well. What I'm really learning is that a lot of people don't quit investing. A lot of people don't stop investing or give up on their skill because they're not making money. A lot of people stop because it's making them face things or certain characteristics about themselves that they otherwise wouldn't have had to face if they weren't investing or if they weren't dealing with money. All right, so just opening up the floor really fast. What do you guys think is one of the biggest like things that trading has taught you about yourself? Like what is one of the things that trading has taught you about yourself?
Well, for me, I definitely realized that, well, it's taught me about myself. Well, it's actually uncovered a whole lot of stuff. One, as you were saying, are like self-control. It has, the self-control is crazy. And when you talk about greed, oh my gosh. But, um, So I mean, is that what you was asking? Something like that, or more of a okay. Yeah. So
No, that's
basically I realized, with the greed, but what I would say is the challenge accounts that you all are doing, it's making me, first I would just blow an account, but having the accountability that's there. And first, I wasn't going to do this challenge that, because I kept saying, you know what, I can't do this. I keep want to over leverage. I get to a certain point and I just blow an account. And it made me feel like, even on this lesson, but I said, you know what, whether you win or not, it's all about, for me, was having that accountability, having other eyes actually on my account and watching me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get in this next challenge. So for me, it's having accountability that I realize I need. And I think some people's like, oh, if you feel like you got to have accountability, then you're just being lazy, this and that, and this and that. But I think everybody does things differently. I've heard somebody say that once before. Why do you need accountability party? You want somebody to push you? You just being lazy. But I was like, I think for me, it's as long as if I can have my account, then I'll keep blowing it and keep blowing it and keep blowing it. And I don't think about the things that I do. And as long as the money is there, guess what I do? Oh well, I'm just going, and I would actually let it go, and I was like, oh well, it's either I'm in a negative now, I might as well just go ahead and let it go wherever it's gonna go. And I've actually blown so many accounts because if I have the money to refund the account, what's the problem? And that's how I was looking at it. And so for me, it was showing me that because you have the availability to keep funding a blown account, are you really trying to learn? Are you really trying to learn, or you keep trying to get rich overnight? Because once it don't go in your favor, it goes in your favor. You choose not to either put a stop loss, not to do a trailing stop, just because you want to see how far it can go. And you scared that, oh, if I put a stop profit in, then it may come up and hit my stop profit, and then it may go the other way. Then guess what? I could have kept going and I could have made this much. And like today I traded, which it was good. But one of the things that I was trying to make myself was once it hit my stop profit, you're done for the day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stop trying to look at the chart to see, oh, did it keep going? Should I jump back in? So it's the lack of self-control for me that I definitely have to work on. So that's it for right now.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Anybody else want to share?
I second everything that she said.
I
It's
love it.
this is revealed to me that I'm stubborn, and I hate even admitting that about myself, that I'm stubborn in these markets. It's ridiculous. Like, it's revealed how much of my child needs to be healed. It's crazy.
Mm.
I'm like, dang, I just want to be rich overnight. Why is this not happening? What's wrong with me, Lord? I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, I second everything she said.
All right, Koya, Samantha.
I'm gonna say like this, I'm not at the part of the trading part with like everybody else. What is looking at to me, you look at it, you look at the value, you're looking at what you can make. And the key to it is it causes you have to be consistent, but sometimes situations don't cause you to be consistent. And the key to this, you got to be careful that you got to collect yourself again to come back into it, because this is the reason why you came to it, not for the greed part of it, to learn what you need to learn. So when you process and get like over your hump, you got to come back and grind again. So the key to it is the consistency of it, that you have to be consistent to be able to stay in it. Other than that, it's gonna how would you say, bring you out, and it's up to you if you want to come back in. But I'm like, this is the reason why I came to get it. So it's like, come on, let's get back into it. So the key to it is I'm not at the greed part, but the money part of it gets you interested. You feel what I'm saying? So that might be a little part of greed because you're looking to advance and you're trying to get there quickly. So the key to it is, when it comes to all of that, it just like, you got to realize it's a process.
Mm. Yep. Exactly. I was definitely gonna say that it's definitely a process. It's definitely a process. And I want to second that when you really have to switch that mindset from I'm here to make money to I'm here to learn. Right. And when I say here, I mean the market. Right. Because when man, that was good. Okay. Okay, God, I see what you did. I just got revelation there. In the situation that I'm going through. Like trading is a journey. and it's a process, and every step of the way you should be learning, right? In the moment, in the situation that you're in right now, in the things that you're experiencing right now, wherever your account is at, wherever your trading knowledge is at, you're still here to learn. Like, you're always going to be here to learn. I would think like this: as you trade, you're always going to be looking for ways to improve your trade, right? That's just that's human nature. You're always going to be looking for ways to improve your trading, right? But one of the things that can never change, right, is, or I ain't gonna say never change, but one of the things you want to develop and change is your systems. Now, you want to change character traits, right? You want to become basically a new person, right? You, like I said, greed is always going to be in the markets. I promise it's going to be right around the corner. It's always going to be waiting on you to over leverage. Always going to be waiting on you to get a little bit emotional. It's always waiting on you to forget to put the stop loss. It's always forgetting you to hold on to the losing trade too long. It's always there, because greed is always there to take away. And you guys know, just like I know, trading, man, you can work so hard. You can work so hard. And this is tough with trading, because I think this is just something that, I mean, most people go through something like this, right? Most people hit this greed. I don't know anybody that greed hasn't gotten, right? Greed gets most of us most of the time, right? But this is one of the things, man, you could be working for so long and so hard. You could be working for months on end. And all it takes with trading with this skill set is one time to be inconsistent. All it takes is one time to not follow the system. Right? So this is the skill set that you have to develop the self-control. You have to develop the discipline. Scripture, hold on. Give me just a second. Let's see if I can find it real fast. Ephesians. Talking about greed.
Mr. Caleb, can I say something, please?
Yes, ma'am.
I thank you for this topic today, because it brings about like how you got to be balanced in this. Because if you're not balanced, you could be tilted over either way. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say.
Yes. Trading will get you. Man, what is, oh, I got my Bible right here. I was just looking at this earlier.
Oh, yes,
Ephesians or Titus.
in my book.
Titus.
Yep,
Titus. All right, so check this out, man. I thought this was a pretty it's a great scripture to basically put with trading, right? But it basically says that since an overseer manages God's household, he must be blameless, not overbearing, not quick-tempered, not given to drunkenness, not violent, not pursuing dishonest gain. Right. And I think about that, and I want to, like, I look at things in the Bible as like my current situation. Like, sometimes I put my name in place of the biblical characters. Like, look at it like this, right? Since a trader manages God's money, he must not be blameless, not overbearing, not quick-tempered, not given to drunkenness, not violent, not pursuing dishonest gain. Right? All of those things, right? If you let greed come in, right, especially with trading, you'll start to see, man, I impulse that trade. Why? Because my temper, I got triggered to do something. Now I don't understand, like, man, I lost the trade. My account is in the negatives. Well, what happened? I got quick temper. I was placing trades. I was in and out, not sticking to my bias, right? Not giving in to drunkenness. Let's say this is a bad one for me, waking up and trading. Right? Having a clear mind. Right? How many times, and I ain't saying nobody on call just be drinking or anything like that. That ain't what I'm saying. When I want to say drunkenness, I want to say like anything that's distracting, right? Anything that's taking your focus away from trading, right? How many times are you multitasking, but you're trading as well? Maybe just sitting in traffic, you got bored, open up Trading View. Trading View led to opening up MetaTrader. MetaTrader led to you. This is just, I mean, it's a quick little trade. I mean, it looked like I don't want it. I ain't finna miss out on this. Place trade. Take a L. I got to get my money back for the end of the night. Sydney session finna come. I don't never really trade it, but it looked like a good setup. And you know what? Since I'm trying to make my money back, let me over leverage a little bit. Gone. All the hard work. Gone. Right. It talked about greed in the video. Right. It talked about basically you have certain voids that need to be filled with greed. Right. And those is basically with emptiness, boredom, and loneliness. I want to tell you guys right now, like trading, greed will seep in and make you start placing trades or over leveraging. It's weird how it's happening because a lot of times you don't even know. Lord, I see you over there in the comment. But a lot of times we don't even know that it happens until it happens. All right, we impulse a trade. We in the market. We in the markets. We don't call our pips for the day, but we in the markets because for whatever reason we feeling empty. Right? We talk about stuff happening in our childhood and stuff like that, like greed. Greed. You know, I was reading it releases like dopamine and stuff like that, like the same chemicals that make you feel good, right? When you do stuff with greed, a lot of times that same chemical is produced. All right, so when you feel, what I mean by that is when you feel empty, right? In order to feel whole now, hey, I'm in the market. Oh, y'all didn't know y'all could use trading like that, huh? Y'all ain't know that, huh? Y'all ain't know you could use that people use trading to fill voids, huh? Y'all didn't know that just how people are addicted to drugs, oh, you can get addicted to trading. Oh, y'all didn't know that, huh? Y'all didn't know that maybe maybe people are placing trades because they're bored. I'm supposed to be doing something, but I'm over here procrastinating. So let me just open up MetaTrader 4 because I mean, like I said, that's always gonna be there. And if I open it up and I see a setup, and I mean my account looking pretty good right now. So if I throw a standard on there, I mean, if I catch a little quick 10 pips, that's $100 right here. And I ain't doing that anyway. And I mean the setup there anyway. So let me just go on place the trade. I mean, I ain't gonna look at the time. I'm not gonna really break down the charts. I'm just bored, so I got into the market. Oh, y'all didn't know how that's how it works, huh? Man, I'm lonely. House empty. It's quiet. Watching my favorite Netflix show. I'm just chilling, you know. Tuesday morning or something like that, you know, scalp school over with, C3 session over with. I done caught my pips for the day. But man, I see this setup. Man, and ain't nobody gonna know if I take it. Ain't nobody talking in the chat about anything right now. Yeah, let me just go and take the trade. I ain't doing that anyway. I'm by myself right now. Boom. All the hard work gone. Ain't nobody gonna know you over leveraged. Ain't nobody gonna know you took 17 trades in 3 minutes. Ain't nobody gonna know any of that. And greed, man, I'm telling y'all, man, greed is so tricky, bro. That's what I'm gonna be reading up on this for a minute. Because it's always gonna be there. So I wanna like, this is one of the tools that the enemy will use, and he gonna be sly. He gonna come in there, bro. He gonna try you. Man, he is gonna try you. Because one of the things is, I would like to say that most people are on the call like you. For a long-term goal, I want to say like your mindset is ultimately to help other people. Right. So anything that the opposition or anything that the enemy can do to stop you from doing that, he's gonna do it. And it's gonna be tricky. Like, that's the thing about it. It's tricky. And I'm telling you, like, you don't know that it's happening until it happens. Then you be like, dang, okay, next time that come up, because it's gonna be a next time. Like, that's the thing about it. It's gonna be a next time. Next time it comes up, I need to be able to handle this better. Right. And that's where man, it's still another scripture though. That's where being disciplined and having self-control comes in at. Let me see if I'm gonna run across. I was just reading it earlier. I should have wrote it down. But that's where
I was gonna say, now that you talk about the addiction and all that, and I know that it's a good idea that once you do take a major loss, if you take a loss, it's basically get out of the market, look and see what you've done, basically back testing, looking, okay, so what happened here? Why did I do this? But listening to you, and I think that I was like, okay, yep, I took a major loss. Let me just get out of the market, because I think one time I shut down for about a week. But in a way, like I said, after listening to you, I think that I actually do that to make myself feel like I'm not addicted, that I can stop at any time. And I'm just like, wow, maybe that's what I'm really doing, but subconsciously, I'm not really realizing that that's what it is, because I don't want to feel like that I am addicted to it. So I just unintentionally say, oh, well, it's like I'm saying it for one reason, but it's actually a whole nother reason behind that. And I wasn't aware of that until you just said that.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad. That's why we having this talk, because I want you guys to have those type of breakthroughs. I want you guys to have those type of mental shifts and ask those hard questions like that. And the main reason is because if you start looking at this early on, right, you don't have to wait. Like I'm 3.5 years into this thing, and I'm just now understanding, like, oh, every time you blew that account, that was greed. Every time you played get back, that was greed. Every time you held your trade too long, that was greed. I'm just now learning all these repetitive mistakes. It's just greed. It's just greed sleeping in another way. If it ain't one thing, it's another thing. And it seemed like, man, it just seems like when I don't know if you guys ever had this thought, but I'm telling you, this is a mindset shift as well. But like, you could be trading and everything could be going well, and you say, man, this is going too well, I'm about to lose. Or I know this had to happen to somebody. You see the signals winning, and then you say, all right, well, I ain't gonna take the next signal. And then another one win, and then the fear of missing out start building up, and then they take another one that might win. Then you're like, man, I'm taking the next signal, and the one that you take be the only one to lose. And then here come greed coming in. Okay, over leverage. I knew I shouldn't have took that trade. Now I'm not gonna trust. Next time, I ain't even gonna place the trade. All right, next time I see a signal, I'm gonna over leverage. Here comes the greed, and however it's gonna attack you. All right, my purpose for this call tonight was just to start bringing it up. Start bringing that. It's a real conversation. Because you have to, like I said, greed affects each of us differently. It's gonna affect us all differently because we've all had different childhood experiences, right? And a lot of your greed is gonna be rooted inside of your childhood experiences because this is where our paradigms were formed. Right? I'll give you guys an example. Like my parents, growing up, we did a lot of like salvage shopping. Like we would buy like discount groceries and stuff like that. Like, my parents always made pretty good money, but like, I don't know, man. When it comes to buying stuff, it was just always like, we gonna catch a deal, we gonna catch a sale. Like, I don't know if any of you guys are like that or if you had parents like that, but they're like always trying to catch a sale. I know y'all ain't know people like that, always kind of trying to catch a sale. I know we got some women on the call. I ain't trying to step on y'all toes, but when you have that mindset, you're basically saying, I'm always looking for something at a discount. I'm always looking for something at a discount because I'm trying to save what I got. I'm really not trying to pay the price for it. And you have to say subconsciously, are you teaching yourself, I'm really not trying to pay the price for success. I'm trying to find it at a discount rate. Is that why I'm trying to, man, that was good right there. That had to be Holy Spirit. That was not me. That was good. I'm surprised of myself over here. That's speaking to me. But anyway, is that really what it is? Right? And you have to understand, like, that's how greed works. Like, I literally typed in on Google, and I would give this suggestion to everyone, type in on Google, how to deal with greed. I typed in on Google, and I over here started writing down tips and pointers. Like I said, one of the things with greed, save all your money, save for a rainy day. Greed, because all you're trying to do is accumulate. You ain't trying to sow any of that money. You saying, hey, let me just make a stockpile. Let me just make sure I'm taking care of myself. I'm not going, this is money right here. I don't, this is my nest egg. Don't touch this. I'm trying to save up as much money as I can so that when I die, you can't do nothing with it. Your family can. Right? But if you just saving, I don't know, you got to be investing. That'd be another conversation for another day. All right. But I had to learn, like, is a mindset shift, right? Because the thing is, hey, I have necessary, I should be thinking in terms of, hey, I have necessary capital, which means, hey, I'm working to a goal of saying, hey, I'm saving up, a year's worth of expenses, 2 years worth of expenses, however much, it is. Right. And everything else is, we're putting it to work. No, this even goes back down, like, it ain't even got to be saving up that much. It's stewarding over your finances the right way. Right? Because let me tell you how greed to come in. I agree to come in and start telling you, you do not have to tithe. You ain't got to do none of that. That 10% that everybody be talking about, you don't even agree to come in and tell you, oh, you don't even go to church anyway. Like, you ain't got to do that. Agree to come in and tell you, oh no, you can't donate no money. Agree to come in and tell you, oh, you can buy this right now and put it on the credit and put it on credit and just pay it back later. You can go into debt to buy food and clothes. Now, I'll tell you, like, greed to come in like that. And all of those things, it affects your paradigm with trading, because all trading is money. Like, that's why we trade. Like, we all are on this call. We all are in this market because we are expecting. We're expecting to get a return in monetary value. Right? So it's money. We're studying. Like, you have to understand with trading, like you can't just study the market. You have to study the psychology. You have to study why are you acting this way? What makes you trigger? What throws you? What pushes your button? What does greed look like for you? Right? Because like I said, it's gonna look different for all of us. Yeah, but anyway, other scripture that I wanted to read, basically, whether he be hospitable, one who loves what is good, who is self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined. Right, those things are one who loves what is good, one who is self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined. All right, this is right after. This is so y'all can go back and read it if y'all read the Bible. But this is Titus 1, 7 and 8. All right, and it's talking about greed. All right, but anyway, in order to combat greed, you definitely have to develop some compassion. You definitely have to start loving where you're at, loving yourself, loving the people that are in your life, loving your current situation, just expressing gratitude. Caleb, why do you say that? Because if not, you're always going to be in a state of more. When I get here, I'll be happy. When I get this, I'll be happy. When I look like this, I'll be happy. You have to enjoy the process. You have to enjoy the journey. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's always greed gonna be right there. All right. So loving where you're at, being present here. All right. Next thing, self-control. This is a big one. All right, this is a big one. I kind of run through these next few fast, but being self-control, right? You guys all heard of the quote, birds, what does it say? Birds of a feather flock together, something like that. Right? Habits do the same thing. All right, so if you're overindulging in one area of your life, then you're gonna overindulge in another area of your life. And most of the time, that area is trading, right? The area that we're focusing on right now is trading. Right. One of the things that Miss Samantha said earlier on the call is trading is something that you have to be consistent at. Right. And that is very, very true. You have to be that's almost in anything in life. Right. You're either going to be consistently growing or consistently digressing, right? Going backward. In trading, you're either going to be consistently showing up, consistently learning, consistently falling and getting back up, right? Or you're going to stop, right? Anytime you become, I'm telling you, if you are inconsistent in trading, you're going to quit. You're going to quit because there's just by the law of probabilities. If you could be here 2 days a week, for 5 months, right? On and off, just on and off. 1 week you're here, next week you're not. All right. As soon as you try to place a trade, you gonna end up losing. All right. You might win a little bit, but you ultimately gonna end up losing overall. Why? Because you don't know what you're doing. You haven't been consistent long enough. You don't understand. You don't understand the ebbs and flows of trading. You know, you haven't went through an emotional cycle yet. Right. Next thing on what we have, being disciplined. And that's a big one. Why do we just as humans Like this is we'll open it back up real fast. But as just humans, why do we don't like discipline? Like, I'm just being honest. I don't like discipline. I don't like this. The Lord disciplines us. He does. But why don't we like discipline? All right. And y'all can be real with me. I know everybody on call don't just love discipline like that. Like, y'all ain't just like military style. Like, I love waking up at 4 a.m. and working out every day and drinking my 3 milkshakes a day and all of this good stuff. Why do we not like discipline? Does anybody want to talk on that?
I'm gonna say something because you have to have accountability and responsibility. And with all of that, that means you have to be consistent. No matter what, you can't choose what you're gonna do when you have accountability and responsibility. That's like with kids. You have to get up regardless. So that puts you in a framework that sometimes you don't want to do it. So you choose what you're going to do. But it's hard when you have to be consistent and have accountability and responsibility, because there's sometimes you don't want to do it. But with kids, you have to, because if you don't get up, they'll miss something or they won't be able to get up to be able to be successful. So it's hard. It's challenging.
Very true. I think me personally, I look at discipline as one of those things is that you're either gonna be disciplined in the right things or gonna be disciplined in the wrong things. All right. Either you're gonna choose the things that you're gonna be disciplined in, or life is gonna choose it for you, or someone else is gonna choose it for you. All right. What do I mean by that? All right. You're either gonna say, hey, I'm going to, and we'll relate this to trading. Hey, I'm going to become disciplined to the point to where I've been consistent so long. Right? I've been consistent so long. I've been following my plan. I've been doing the right things. Right? I've been doing the right things consistently long enough. Right? That now it's become permanent. It's become who I am. Right? I'm not going to allow greed to come in, right, and steal what I've worked so hard for, what I worked so hard to build. All right, discipline does suck. It's hard because it's like an everyday thing. But you, like I said, it's a switch in mindset. Some people, I'll put it like this. Okay, some people are disciplined in the area of like, let's say coffee. They have to go to Starbucks or to Dunkin' Donuts every day and get a coffee. They have to have that fix. Right? That coffee, that feeling, those hormones have disciplined that person. And if that person, like, just being honest, if that person just didn't stop getting coffee for 2 days, what would happen? It's not withdrawals. I'm having coffee. Same thing goes for creating good disciplines. Following the trading plans. Right? Just showing up to the sessions every day. Catching my pips and leaving the market. You become disciplined in those things, right? And you get to reap those rewards, right? But if you didn't do it for 2 or 3 days in trading, it literally could cost you everything. Just being honest. I don't know, man. I want to say this for the record as well. Us as Forex traders, we some weird individuals. We have allotted to taking our capital, putting it in the most volatile market in the world. We have committed to learning this skill set to consistently be able to take a profit from it, right? Something that literally 98% of the people in the world are afraid to do. And here we are taking it on every single day, every single week, head on. So kudos to everyone that's on this call. All right. So because last thing on greed, and then we'll jump into some quick markups. But the thing about it is if you become disciplined in the right things and then you don't do it for a few days, right? It could cost you everything, but at the end of the day, what should happen is you should have you basically should have a plan, right? Hey, if I feel that greed is coming in, if I notice greed coming in, hey, how do I reset? How do I get back on track? And that's where we'll pick up on this part at a later time, because that's what I'm currently learning. All right, that's what I'm currently learning. Like, if you're going to be a trader, especially a professional trader, okay, let's say this is 10 years down the road, right? And this is real life. 10 years down the road, you're a professional trader. You've made it. You're to the point to where you consistently bring in $10,000 a month. You made it. Trading is going really, really well for you. How do you can't say, hey, man, I took a big loss. Let's say, man, I took a big loss. And let's say for whatever reason, my nephew got my phone, placed the trade, didn't have a stop loss. I lost 90% of my account. I lost everything. Took the biggest loss I ever took. How do I get back on that horse? All right. How do I get back on that horse if I've never been through it? How do I get back on that horse if I never got back on the horse after I lost $50? How do I get back on that horse after I lost the rent money? How do I get back on that horse? How do I keep going after greed has come in and taken everything? Because ultimately, like I said, if you haven't blown the count, you ain't been trading long enough. I'll stand by that. If you haven't blown an account, you haven't been trading long enough, right? But what I'm saying is that you have to keep coming back, right? Every single week, every single day, every single session, right? You have to be aware of greed trying to creep in. Hold the trade a little bit longer. Don't place the stop profit. I'll tell you, it'd be the voice. I'm telling you, I don't know if y'all like me. I'm gonna be real. Just place it, hey, you get up the lot size just a little bit. Just hold it. It's gonna turn around. Hold it a little bit longer. Oh, this the trade. This the trade. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna be real. When those things come in, right? I definitely think this is a big thing that we've been talking about, called the accountability. The accountability, the willingness, the humbleness to say, hey, I am struggling in this area and I need help. Hey, you have a community of traders. Hey guys, I need help. I'm struggling today. Hey, I took a loss. I'm not trying to take a bigger loss today, guys. What should I do? I'm saying anything. Hey, what do you guys do to take your mind off of trading? Right? That's become one of my more frequent questions when I have one-on-one conversations with you guys. What do you do to take your mind off of trading? Because like I said, my current season, the reason I want to talk about this is because greed came in for your boy hard. All right, greed came in for your boy hard. And what I mean by that is that you guys always know, I'm gonna be transparent, be open, because I want you guys to grow so far past me. I want you guys to skyrocket past my success. Is that once I got funded, I went up in the account, right? 5% in the account within the first week. If you don't know what that means, it's $5,000 in the first week. I don't know about y'all, but $5,000 in a week, that's a bag. So anyway, I told myself, like, I was looking at, I said, man, you can stop right now. if you guys don't know, like I run a fund, which means like I have other people that are invested like into trading with me. Right. So I was thinking to myself, I said, man, you could stop right now. Man, you get everybody return on investment. Man, you even though this is a new project, man, prove your point. Everybody's starting to make money back, man. Then you keep on going from there. But you'll be able to breathe. But lo and behold, I can laugh about it now, right? Because I know who I am, and I know that I've been called. So I know that when adversity comes, it's not a loss, right? It's a lesson and a blessing, because whatever I'm about to learn is about to level me up, right? Whatever I'm about to learn and whatever I'm about to deal with, I'm dealing with it now, so I don't have to deal with it in the future. All right. So now I'm like, man, could be done. Nope. Had to play some more trades. Had to over leverage. I'm gonna tell you guys, quick. It escalated so quickly. I'm gonna tell you guys how it happened. All right. I've been trading the same way for roughly the last 4 months or so. I have a rule. Say, hey, if I lose 2.5%, 2.5% is my daily loss. All right, of whatever account that I'm trading, 2.5%. If I lose 2.5%, I'm done. I come back the next day. Nope, not greed. Nope, greed gonna come in, gotta flex that ego. Greed gotta come in, gotta show that pride. Greed come in and say, hey, let's place another trade. Greed comes in and says, hey, okay, yeah, I know you lost, you know what I'm saying, 2.5%, but I mean, this next trade could be the trade to get all that back. And you know what? Over leverage just a little bit. Greed, that's what greed is gonna do. Greed's gonna come in and say, oh, you lost the trade. Oh, let's just get back in. Opposite direction, over leverage. No stop loss, no TP, no analysis. Straight emotions. Get back in, my boy. You good? It'd be if greed was another person that was talking like that, y'all really wouldn't listen to him. And you'll understand, you would stop over leveraging. You would stop doing these negative things, like, because you have to understand, like, right, after so long, like once you develop these negative habits, it's hard to break them. Over leveraging, over trading, not using the stop loss, trading outside of your plan, trading pairs that you don't normally trade. All of those things. All those things can cost you everything. All right, so for me, come in within 14 days. 14 days. All right, within 14 days, something that this is me personally, something I worked so hard to get. So hard to get. Literally almost gone in 14 days. Just like that. Make you open up your eyes. Make you start asking some weird questions. Right? Make you start saying, oh, okay, well, maybe this ain't for me. Make you, oh, that's so good. Man, finna open up something. Greed comes in to steal your expectation. Greed is gonna come in to steal your faith, basically, right? Because when greed seeps in, is literally like fight or flight mode. You gambling, you risking, you ain't trusting nothing. God told you was the head and not the he done told you was gonna be a 6-figure trader. He done told you. You still got over leverage. I don't know. That might have just been for me right there. But you still gonna go against what you know you can do. just because, hey, I don't want to miss out on this. Man, I gotta make some money today. The getting is good. Let me keep on getting. Man, this is it. Man, I ain't traded all day. Let me go to the market. I'm gonna be real with y'all. These are actual thoughts. Like, you have to understand, thoughts are things. So anytime, like, greed always starts with a thought. And we have to get to the point to where you're aware of stopping these thoughts, stopping these spirals. Right? It get to the point. Like I said, I don't know about y'all. I'm just speaking for myself. I was just telling, me and Katie was talking about this yesterday. Yo, I done blew so many accounts in a day. And kind of like Shay was just talking, I was just like, hey, I would just load my account again. It don't even matter. Greed talking. Just risk it all on the trade, my boy. Greed talking. Even now, like real life dealing, I told Katie, I said, I'm gonna wait 36 hours. I'm gonna wait 36 hours before I trade again, because I've been on losing spiral. Oh my God. I ain't even wait 24 hours. I ain't even wait 12 hours probably. Back in the market. Here come greed. Oh, you finna miss out. This the trade. Y'all wanna know how I started? In the gym, lifting weights, doing what I do. Ad pop up, YouTube. Are you a Forex trader? Skip ad. Well, I am a Forex trader. And you know what? It's 8 o'clock. I ain't looked at the market yet. Let me go look at the market. Ooh, I ain't even gonna go to I ain't gonna open up MetaTrader. I don't know. I'm preaching tonight. I'm preaching tonight. I ain't even gonna open up MetaTrader. I'm just gonna look at the market. I'm just gonna look at it. Because KD did just send out a signal and it hit TP. So I just wanna look at it and just see what it's doing. Now I'm looking at it. Now I'm zooming in. Now I done grabbed the horizontal line. It's just a little. I mean, let me just see what it'll look like. Let me put my long tool on there. Well, I mean, this do look like it just broke some resistance. And I mean, I don't know if this is the right spot, but if I put my fibs on here right here, I mean, I can make the market look like I want it to look. Right? I can make the market look like a buy. I can persuade myself, or better yet, greed persuaded me that I see a buy coming. And Katie just sent that a buy, so it's going up. It ain't hit TP3 yet. I'm finna catch the rest of this wave. Let me just look at it on MetaTrader 4. Let me just look at it. I ain't gonna place a trade. Now how you get in the trade? 5 minutes later after you lose the trade, when you don't over leverage, and now the account balance is whatever it's gonna be. Or now when it start going backwards, and now you're saying, oh, I can't close this trade out because I shouldn't be in the first place. But Lord, I'm preaching. I know I'm preaching. But Lord, if you would turn this one around for me, Lord, if you just put it back in profit, I promise I'll close. I don't know about y'all. Can I get an amen? I know y'all had to do that. Lord, if you just do it for me, Lord, I ain't really losing this trade. I promise I'm gonna stop over leveraging. I can't deal with it. If you just get me out of this trade, right? It's greed, like, bro. It's so wow that is always gonna be there. It's always gonna be there. Like I said, you have to constantly be in a place of putting your selfish desires under control, right? Putting them underneath you, saying, hey, I am above this. So I'm gonna get bougie with it. I'm above this impulse trading. That's what just start looking at yourself in the mirror. Just, I'm above over leveraging. I can hear the crowd now. I'm above over leveraging. I will not impulse trade. If I lose a trade, I'll take a 10-minute walk. I'll do a meditation. I'll do something to get my emotions under control to make sure that I'm not acting out of greed. And because, like I said, at the end of the day, we were all introduced to this skill a different way. But at the end of the day, it's money. It's money. And this is good right here. When in the Bible, it basically says that you can't serve two masters. Either you're going to ask God for direction on how to handle this, or it's going to handle you. Yeah, that's the proper way to put that. Right? Either, and this is, yo, I'm telling y'all straight up, like, my testimony is, yo, everything with trading for me started changing when I started building my relationship, my spiritual relationship, all right, with God. All right, that's when stuff started clicking for me. That's when plans started happening. I was like, okay, I see this. Oh, you showing me this in the market? Oh, okay, I like, oh, this is interesting. Like, oh, this works. When things started shifting for me. All right, so, yo, I don't know what scripture it is, but I know it's in the Bible. You can't serve two masters, right? So because this is just money. Like, trading is money. Like, we're all here for money, right? And if you're always focused on just the money, then it's gonna master you. I ain't trying to step on y'all toes. This is stuff that I've had to deal with, and I still personally deal with things like this, right? I ain't perfect. I'm progressing through this. I'm learning through this. Yo, you cannot become a slave to trading. Right? Because, like I said, this, when greed, like, it's just, we can talk about this all night long. We talk about this all night long. Greed slip in. Like I said, now me personally, like, I'm even speaking of this, I'm noticing now, I'm saying, hey, you wake up and you start checking your charts more frequently. Right? You go to bed and you're looking at the charts.
And here I thought that was a good thing.
But see, but now listen to this. If you're studying and if you're learning, then you're progressing. All right. We missing out on sleep, and we over analyzing and we over trading because we think we're gonna miss something. We get into a space to where we're not. I'm like I said, I speak for myself. You'll get to a place to where you're not content to where you're at in your process. I think Nicole, said earlier, the comparison. Now you comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10. So the question now that you have to ask yourself, like, are you on the charts because you're genuinely learning, or are you on the charts because you're chasing something? You're chasing after a certain dollar amount, or you're chasing after a certain person. Because that's me personally, that was me. I'm literally always on the charts. But now I start to understand that the reason that you're always on the charts is because you're always looking for a reason to get into a trade. Right? That's another thing. You got to be cautious of that. Are you coming to the charts to actually learn, back test? Or are you coming to the charts to, hey, I'm going to make some money? Like I said, because greed is so tricky, it could come, you could think, give you another example. I'm just finna study real fast. I'm finna get in the bed, study. I'm just gonna look at the charts real fast, study a little bit. Oh, this look like support and resistance. Now let me draw that out. Oh, this look like, okay, I can see where this go up. Okay, I'm just gonna forward test it. Well, nah, it looked too good to be a forward test. Let me just go on, place the trade. Now I place the trade. Now the trade going drawdown. I was supposed to be going to sleep at 9 o'clock, but here it is. But here, look, here it is, 3 a.m. And because my trade is in consolidation in the Asian session, I ain't even been sleeping. It's 3 a.m. I've been laying in my bed staring at this chart. Now, now not only did greed, right, eyes burning. Okay, screen is burning your eyes. Your those in profit yet? Okay. In profit, okay. Now, not only is greed causing you to go outside of your trading time, greed is now causing you to miss sleep. And now I give you all type of examples. And now, and the reason I give y'all all these examples because if y'all can't tell by now all this stuff that happened to me. Now you up 3 o'clock in the morning, trade and drawdown. You saying, man, all right, I've been up 3 o'clock in the morning, man. I'm just gonna close out the trade. Now you close out the trade. Now you go to sleep. Not only did you go to sleep late, but now you're gonna miss you missed the next session. And now in the next section, what would have been easy, you missed because last night you got greedy. It was you was supposed to just been studying, but somehow ended up in MetaTrader 4, ended up placing a trade, stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning. Now you missed the move. And now this is the good one right here. Now, after you see you done missed the move, now you say, hey, well, I'm finna get back in the market. First, you ain't even brush your teeth. You ain't wash your face. You ain't said, this is what I got convicted at. You ain't even said thank you for waking me up this morning before you done place the trade. That's what I got. I ain't gonna cap with you. And that might not be for you, but it's for somebody. I said, I'm in greed. Greed. I'm telling you, I'm in greed, and I be so excited. Sometimes guys be like, man, I'm so young, but like things like this, there are older people. There are people that go through their whole entire lives and never deal with greed. They hold on too tight to what they got. Right? Or they always want more. They want to use other people and just accumulate more. They never want to stop. They always got to be flashy. They always got to buy this and they always got to buy that. And ultimately, it always ends up, negative. Like we'll end it with this. Like I don't know like you say like, man, they're a greedy person. Like I love them. They so greedy. That's cool. They take everything. They take everything from everybody. They always risking it all. They just take. All right, y'all don't even like greedy people. Some of y'all got family members right now. Y'all ain't talk to because they greedy. But yo, greed. Yeah, we're gonna be on this one. We're gonna be on this one for a minute. Like I said, actively learning how to deal with greed. Because like I said, it is going to come a time in your life to where greed is going to seep in with trading. And I'm telling you guys this straight up. This is not a how to cure greed. This is not a how to stop greed. Like y'all know that this ain't what this is called. This is how to deal with it. How to navigate life with it. Because it's coming. It's coming. Like, and I really want you guys to look at it like this ain't just a trading thing. This is a life thing. How people end up having affairs with people. They getting greedy. They want their cake. They want to eat it too. Y'all know it. Greedy. Bad situations. People wind up in bad deals. Greedy. People end up going to jail. Greedy. Man, you already made. We ain't got no dope boys on call, dude. I grew up. Some of my friends sold dope. You know, they go to jail. Man, you already made your money. Why you got to go back out there? Now you're getting caught. How does that relate to trading? You already made your money. Don't go back out there. Because if you get caught and you got to get locked up, it can be sad. All right, you're going to say, I should have, I would have, could have, should have. So, we're going to keep on progressing through this thing, learning how to, this thing went way longer than I expected it to go, but I'm glad that it did, because I know you guys got some breakthroughs with that. I mean, I don't want you guys to stop right there. If you guys read the word, the Bible, then most definitely, like, one of the things I've been doing is, like, I just started going through today when I kind of got this revelation. I'm like, man, what's causing me, like, when I do self-reflection, I'm saying, man, what's causing me to, lose this account? How did I even get put in this situation right now? You got discipline, you got self-control, you fast, you pray, like, what's going on? Greed hit you, and you ain't catch it in time. You ain't stopped the bleeding. All right. I'm here to let you guys know, like, it's never gonna go away. All right. It's always gonna be lurking around the corner. That one time greed is right there. That one time.
I just want to say thank you for this, because the whole time I thought that I was dealing with fear, and it's actually greed. It's not fear.
There it is. And now, I'm glad that you said that. Now you can start assessing your process from a different perspective. Hey, I'm not actually scared. Like, I'm actually, like, I want too much of this. I'm not happy right here. Like, I'm dissatisfied with this. I do too much of this because I feel this way. So, my thing for you guys, as being a mentor in this space, is in this trading space, trading wise, technical wise, I think the best thing about trade school is, like, when you get on our calls, especially these calls, like, I'm gonna do the same thing every single time. If you done got on more than 5 of these sessions, I do the same thing every single time. We're gonna talk about C3, we'll talk about Monday highs and lows, break and retest. That's what we're gonna talk about. All right. Every now and then we're gonna use the fibs, but for the main part, that's what we're gonna talk about: support and resistance. Those things are inevitable. Those things are facts. Those things pretty much look the same way every single time, right? Support and resistance, break and retest. They look the same way every single time. What doesn't look the same way is greed. What doesn't look the same way every single time is your emotions, right? What doesn't look the same every single time is the situation that you're currently in, right? What doesn't look the same is the different triggers that cause you to do different things. All right. Like I said, even what Sabrina just said, like, even for me, and that was the revelation that I got. Like, I'm not scared. Caleb, you greedy, you selfish. And that's a revelation, like, that I had to have with myself. Right. Like I said, if it's helping me, I know it gotta help y'all. If I'm saying something from it, and I'm this far in my journey, if you guys catch it and master it at beginning of your journey, so much farther ahead. Like I said, for me, it was greed. It was saying, hey, I'm selfish. Like, I actually want this for X, Y, and Z. I don't know. I said this a few calls ago. I think I was talking to Chandon, because we was talking about this. I said, you know, you don't want to accumulate all this money. You want to accumulate wealth to say, hey, I want to stunt on the people that I grew up with. I want people to think I'm the man now. I want people to tell me job well done. All right. This is greed. Greed is coming for you. Greed is coming for you. One of the things is, last thing, for real, outwitting the devil. All right. And this is how I know this. This is how I know this. Like, man, if y'all ain't never read Outwitting the Devil, like, please go read it. Listen to it at least, bro. Is the Bible, Outwitting the Devil, and Laws of Success. Like, those three are my books. Like, those three: the Bible, Laws of Success, Outwitting the Devil. But anyway, in Outwitting the Devil, one of the tricks that the opposition uses is that, basically what it says, that if you are close to accumulating wealth, if you're on the path to accumulating wealth, accumulating riches, accumulating financial freedom, what happens on that path is that one of the ways that the opposition makes people quit and lose their hope and lose their faith is that he waits until they're right at the point of getting whatever it is that they want, and he slowly creeps in and takes it away. And usually when it's taken away, because that person has found their identity. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's so much. That's a whole nother one of these talks, because people have found their identity in trading and investing, and their identity now has become their trading account. So what I mean by that, your worth, if your trading account is up, you're up. And if your trading account is down, then you're down, because you're now attached to that trading account. And if it's gone, if they take the money away, then guess what? Now you don't know who you are, and you're lost, and you lost your faith, and you won't try again. You give up. Opposition says, all right, they lost their faith. They lost their hope. They're not going to try again. I broke them. They shattered. Got them. And that's all that happens. And that's exactly what greed is coming to do. Like I say, it's I like to look at life like in my mind, like it actually be like a whole war going on. Like, I know I might be weird. I might be the only
Mr.
one.
Caleb, we need you to say what's the name of that book again, because today's lesson is very valuable, and Dr. Green is listening to. So we need to know, what is that book?
It's called Outwitting the Devil. Let me give you you can listen to it on YouTube, or you can buy it. It's one of the books. It's a really good book to really just read, like just constantly read and just study and learn from. I was trying to pull up a picture of it, but for the most part, let me see if that pulls up a picture of it. But for the most part, this book was written, and you have to, if y'all think I'm lying, just you have to read it for yourself. But this book was written in like 1938 or so, and it wasn't released until like 2011, I believe. The reason that it wasn't released, and it says this in the book, which is so creepy, but the reason that it wasn't believed, because it is so, like, it deals with everything. If you have anything going on in your life mentally right now, and you read this book, you literally can see how the opposition has lured you into whatever situation you're in. Right? They call it the biggest thing in the book, they call it drifters and non-drifters. Right? Drifters are people that are achieving success in whatever respect that they measure success in, and non-drifters are people that are basically wasting their lives away. And basically what happens is that Napoleon Hill is having this conversation to where he's forcing the opposition to tell him why he does certain things and how to overcome them. All right, and I'm telling you, if you read this book, like and I told my dad earlier today, like sometimes it almost feels weird sometimes to have these conversations with people that minds can't wrap around some of the things that we talk about here with trading, like some of the things that trading makes you look at. So, if you read that book, not only, I ain't gonna say if you read it, when it's a matter of when you read it or when you listen to it. Literally, that's one of the parts in the book. All right, getting you thrown off, and greed is one of the trickiest ones, which is why it never goes away. All right, never goes away. People, like I said, people win the lottery, lose it within a few years. Greed. I gotta have everything that I ever wanted. Now I got the money, I'm gonna go get it. I ain't thinking about nothing else. Like, just greed. All right, so we ain't even gonna worry about the charts tonight. We'll hop on in the morning. We'll look at it, make sure to send the markups and everything to everyone. 7 o'clock session in the morning, followed by 9 o'clock scalp school with KD. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, shoot me a message, drop it in chat, let me know. I really believe that tonight's call